Hello, my guys. Welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. Yes, after the yesterday's game with Chelsea versus Palmeiras, such a beautiful game. It was a very spectacular outing for all Chelsea fans and the Chelsea team as a whole. Brilliant performance from Chelsea. Despite missing few of the notable names. The Reece James, the Caicedo, the Lavia. Chelsea still grind out a result, and what a performance also from Estaval. We are having a baller coming over to Chelsea. Congratulations to Chelsea for advancing to the semi-final of the Club World Cup. I have the Manchester United jersey behind me, yes, for this video, because I have the Manchester United news as well as Chelsea. So stick around while we discuss a whole lot concerning Chelsea's transfer, Reece James, a whole lot concerning what is really going on right now with Chelsea, with Arsenal, with Manchester United. So if you're new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and always share your thoughts in the comment. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, most important, so that I can get updates like this whenever I post them. Please support this little family. We're growing gradually, and thank you so much for your support. So let's move into it as quick as possible. Positive news for Chelsea, and first from Reece James. He said Reece James posted on his Instagram today, and he said Reece James is fit. I'm fit and well. See you on Tuesday. So this is a very positive news for Chelsea. The Chelsea's game against Palmeiras, we're going to have Caicedo come back from his suspension. We're going to have Reece James. The only player right now that is out is Lavia, and also Kowe is not going to play that game because he's going to be suspended, and Cucurella is also not going to play that game because he's also going to be suspended. So it's good having them even being suspended for that game than the final, because I'm sure that this Chelsea as a team that we have is capable of competing and beating Fluminense and going over to play the final. And no disrespect to the Fluminense team, they're a very good side, but trust me, I understand and I know the quality we have in this Chelsea squad, and I know this Chelsea squad is going to beat Fluminense and play the final. Chelsea are going to face either PSG or Real Madrid in the final of the Club World Cup. It's going to be an epic match, but I wish we had a replacement for Cucurella. I wish we had a natural replacement. Like, I wish we bought Hato or some other good player before coming into this competition. But it is what it is. These are very important stars and very important players for this tournament. But that's aside. Now let's move quickly to other news. Yes, Chelsea unveiled Jamie Gittins today. Such a brilliant signing. I am of the opinion that we have to support what the sporting directors are doing in terms of their signings. Some of the signings must have gone bad, but majority of those signings has been good, recently. And it was a good acquisition for João Pedro and other fantastic acquisition for Jamie Gittins. Such a good player, such a fantastic player. I don't know if he will be registered to play in the Club World Cup, but I wish he can play in the Club World Cup, because this guy is a real talent. And with what he did at Borussia Dortmund, yes, we've got players over from Borussia Dortmund that didn't really perform too well in the past, like Pulisic and the rest, but this guy is such a fantastic talent. He has played English football before, with the Manchester City Academy, so you understand the style of play and what Maresca is trying to implement. So he's a very young talent, and he's going to learn under Maresca, and this is the perfect left winger. This is a natural left winger. This is what Chelsea fans have been crying for. Now let's hear his first word, and here's what he has to say. He said, "It's a great feeling to join such a big club as Chelsea. I can't wait to learn from everyone in the team and push myself to the max here. It's an amazing feeling." So fantastic words, brilliant words, first words. He can't wait, to learn from his teammates, because he knows that the quality here over in Chelsea is higher than the ones we have over there in Borussia Dortmund, let's be honest. But he's coming, to learn a whole lot under Maresca, under the team as a whole. There's so much talent in this squad. Estaval is coming. This is a very good talent, coming into the Chelsea team. I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to cook. I think he's going to learn a lot under Maresca. I think he will own the left wing. He will be a first-team player, player worth over 55 million. He has a whole lot to prove, and he has shown a lot of what his talent is all about at Borussia Dortmund. So I think he's going to do well. So I'm so glad and happy that he's coming over to Chelsea, and he has arrived in Chelsea. So let's move to the next story. We have a lot to cover up today. Now to the next story. about the ever trending in the recent days, what's going on with Chelsea. It's about Noni Madueke, and it's getting serious as the day goes by. Now, according to David Oyston today, he said Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Noni Madueke. The player has given his green light to the move, but there have been no club-to-club talks yet. So he has made up his mind that he wants to leave. He has made up his mind that he wants to go. It's sad to see him leave because personally, I wanted him to stay. Personally, I want Noni to stay in the club. Personally, I want to have such a brilliant talent like this in the club. Even if he's not a first 11 kind of player, probably a squad player, he would have still be perfect because he came in with less than 35 million. So he will still not be bad to have him as a squad player to play alongside Estaval, on that wing, while Pedro Neto and Jamie Gittins play on the right wing. No need to get any other winger. But I've always said, and my opinion still stands, that if we get Kudus, is an upgrade to him, because right now it's looking like Chelsea are going to let him go and sign Kudus. But this is a real talented 23-year-old winger. They have a lot to learn, and his future ahead of him. But it is what it is. The Chelsea directors knows best. They know what they are doing. But this move, I don't support it. To me, I would have wanted him to stay for squad depth. I would have wanted Jackson also to stay. But we'll get to that now. Concerning more on this news, according to Fabrizio, so it wasn't only David Oyston that actually reported it. Fabrizio also reported it that Noni Madueke has said yes to Mikel Arteta's project. Personal terms are ready and done. The parties advancing on details this morning. Club-to-club talks will start soon. So they've not started club-to-club negotiations with Chelsea, but the player side is done. So he has made up his mind, like I said earlier, and he wants to leave. Another tweet concerning Noni, he said, Arsenal are preparing their opening bid. So Arsenal will start bidding soon for him and prepare to push the negotiation with Chelsea for talks. In the next few days, Arsenal and Chelsea will be in contact and to talk about the fit. To me, I think this deal is as good as done. I think Noni has made up his mind. I think Chelsea has also made up their mind. Now, Chelsea will be selling him for a good profit, because you bought a player for less than 35 million and you'll be selling him for like 50 million thereabouts. So it will be a very good profit. And if Chelsea goes ahead to buy Kudus, that would be a brilliant upgrade, to Noni Madueke, So I think the both sides have actually made up their mind to leave. In as much as I don't want him to go, it is the reality. It is what's going on right now, in Chelsea. So one more tweet from Sky Sports. It said Chelsea are anticipating the bid for Noni. So like I said earlier, the bid will come in anytime soon, from Arsenal. Arsenal are going to make that bid for Noni, and they are going to finally get this bid done. But one thing that came as a surprise today is not only Noni Madueke and Chelsea, not only Chelsea and Arsenal having contact for Noni Madueke. I think Chelsea are also interested in an Arsenal player. And here is it. The Ethan Nwaneri story, because Chelsea are interested in Ethan Nwaneri, and that is very, 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 very surprising. And here is it. Chelsea have been showing interest in Ethan Nwaneri's situation in case a new deal won't be sealed. So Arsenal are having contract standoff with Ethan Nwaneri, and he has not yet signed. So the thing is, if Arsenal doesn't get over the line with contract situation with Ethan Nwaneri, I think he will be coming to Chelsea. And that's what we have here, because Chelsea are interested in this talented player from Arsenal. He's very good with the ball. He's very, when it comes to playing as a deep line number 10, is very good. When it comes to playing on the wings, is very good. So he's versatile. He can play as an understudy to Cole Palmer. All right. So I think this guy is a young 17-year-old talented midfielder. But this is a very, very talented player. But is this what we need in Chelsea right now? I don't think so. Is this an opportunity in the market? Yes. All right. Chelsea will get him for a small fee, because I think he's almost done with his contract with Arsenal. So probably a year or two left. I don't know. But if he eventually doesn't sign with Arsenal, Chelsea might actually get him as an understudy to Cole Palmer, or he might be loaned out to get enough playing time, then come back to Chelsea and do well. I'm not against this move, all right? But this is not what we need now. Is he a brilliant player? Of course, he's a very, very good player. He's a brilliant player. Talented player, score goals, makes assists, but he doesn't have playing time at Arsenal. One of the reasons is actually stalling in his deal, and he wants Mikel Arteta to actually promise him that if If I'm going to play for you, are you going to give me enough playing time? That is the only thing Arsenal has not been able to, to guarantee him currently. But he wants to stay. But if he eventually doesn't stay and he comes to Chelsea, I'll have it. My arms are open to him, but only if he will be loaned out or probably play as a second fiddle to Kopama, because I think this guy is really, really talented. Now, concerning this same story, let's take a look. The Ethan Nwaneri situation is one to watch over, according to Alex Crook. In the coming weeks, the Ethan Nwaneri situation is the one to watch over in coming weeks. He is told to be reluctant to sign a new deal at Arsenal without being guaranteed regular playing time. Like I just said, he needs to be guaranteed regular playing time before he signs in as a new Arsenal, as that player to sign a new contract at Arsenal. He's always going to play behind, Odegaard. Saka is back, and if they are signing Madueke right now, he's going to play, probably is not going to have enough playing time. So it is what it is for Arsenal. Now let's move to another story concerning Chelsea. Now, West Ham, according to Jacob Steinberg, West Ham is expecting Chelsea to return with a new offer for Kudus if Madueke is sold. West Ham are reluctant to sell Kudus to Tottenham, but have no issue dealing with Chelsea. So the thing with Kudus is talented player. Chelsea wants him. It is obvious Chelsea wants him. But not only Chelsea are interested, Tottenham are very, very interested and are serious to acquire his service. Now, Tottenham have been pushing in the last couple of days to get him over the line. But he has been stalling and West Ham has been stalling. Probably there has been a conversation with West Ham to stall the deal and wait for Chelsea. If Chelsea doesn't come in with a bid in the next couple of weeks, then he can probably move to Tottenham. But this is a player I would fancy. This is a player I would want in this Chelsea squad. This is a player that can change the attack in Chelsea, obviously. Now, and it's not going to come on a cheap. It's going to come on like 60 million thereabout. And if Chelsea sells Madueke for 50 million and buys Kudus for 60 million, brilliant business. And trust me, this is one of the best, business out there, and it's a very, very good upgrade to Noni Madueke. No disrespect to Noni, but this guy is a very, very good player. Now, another tweet, also from the last words on Spurs. That's a Spurs channel. It said, West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer for Mohammed Kudus than Tottenham current bid. Tottenham has bid 50 million for Kudus, and it has been immediately rejected. I think they need West Ham need like 60 million thereabout for Mohammed Kudus, which Chelsea would actually put up a bid later, probably 55-60 million. Chelsea are going to get him over the line. And who doesn't want to come to Chelsea? Of course, there's a higher chance of you winning trophy if you come to Chelsea than you winning trophy if you go to Spurs. No disrespect to Spurs, they just won the Europa League, but before they did that, it was decades and decades before they won a trophy. But Chelsea, you are guaranteed a trophy, in the next couple of years, or even within the first few years or 1 year of you coming to Stamford Bridge. This is a signing I want. This is a signing that will change Chelsea's attack. This is a signing that will be, very, very dynamic, change in the attack of Chelsea. So currently, West Ham are waiting for a bid from Chelsea for, from a bid from Chelsea, to West Ham, while a bid has been rejected, from Spurs as well. So that is it about Mohammed Kudus. Then the last report for today, before we go, is this jersey behind me. According to John Cross Mirror, it says, that's from the Mirror, it says, Manchester United have quoted 35 million to sign Christopher Nkunku. I think they are joking. I think Chelsea are not going to budge on that price. They are trying to beat the price down, but Chelsea are not going to budge on that price. To me, I think he's worth more than that price. Yes, even if people feel like, okay, he has not really done much for Chelsea, the injuries and the loss of form, and he has not really met up to expectation. I think Christopher Nkunku is worth more than that price. Probably 40 million for the 5. It's not bad. But with the way his form has been, that is why he's been priced this way. He's a quality player, he's a quality, striker, winger, midfielder, whatever, but it has not worked in Chelsea. That doesn't mean he's a bad player. He did so well in Leipzig, but that doesn't mean the player turns bad overnight. It doesn't fit the system. It doesn't fit what Maresca is trying to do over here in Chelsea, and I think he can actually do well over in Manchester United. But if they need to get him over to Manchester United, they need to pay at premium. They need to pay what Chelsea requires. They need to pay at least 45-50 million to get him over, because this is still a young player. I think he's 26, 27, so he's still in his prime. He's getting into his prime, like I said, and he's a very good player. And if Manchester United needs him, that at 5 million is too small. And I think Chelsea are going to reject that fee, because they want, before Chelsea to bring him to this Club World Cup, Chelsea are trying to increase his value. For Maresca to be giving him playing time, Chelsea are trying to increase his value. And I think Chelsea at the end of the day are going to sign him, and rather Manchester United at the end of the day are going to sign him and take him over to the Old Trafford, because they are going to let some players leave. Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Sancho are all going to leave Manchester United, and they need replacement to those players. And for a player to actually suit, the Amorim style, who plays a double 10, behind the striker, a player who would actually fit that particular way or that particular style of play should be Christopher Nkunku. And if they go ahead and sign him, they've gotten a very quality player who would fit their system. At the end of the day, he has overcome his injury problems, because the whole of this season he hasn't really had much injuries. He hasn't really had injury like that. So this is a quality player they're going to have, but they have to pay a premium. But that's what it is for today. That's all for today. Tell me what you think about Chelsea interest in Ethan Nwaneri. Tell me what you think about Mohammed Kudus. West Ham anticipating Chelsea bid for Mohammed Kudus coming over, to Chelsea, and Madueke leaving. Are you in support of Madueke leaving Chelsea? Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button, share this video. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike. Please subscribe to my channel. Please, I remain your boy Mike. Stay cool. Cheers.